Good afternoon, universe. Actually, yeah, it is. It's evening. Good evening, more like it. Good evening. Uh, Buenos tardes. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But, anyways, this is called Back Again. One moment. Ready? Change that can't be found in any one person through action is no change at all. Love that can't burn through any amount of struggle is most likely a lost cause. And if this we ask this philosophical question: should your financial state change your morality? A question for all humanity. The most powerful energy is the power that's found inside woman, the most colorful part of being human, and that's the relationship between man and woman, woman and man. Yet, to the last call, no one knows, and that blows. 5/9/2020, written by Ivory Franklin Daniels, aka Frank Ivory Fuller. But now, somebody asked me, they asked me to write about something, write about how I felt about them, and their actions were so destructive that it would be interesting that you would require me to write about how I feel about you when we were together, when that's overdue and it's past. So, on your own, Sade never said it so good. This is no ordinary love. That's the name of the title of it. It says, the founding question was asked to write about unwanted feelings with people, past partners, and old ways the storm has passed unless we continue to allow people in when they brought heartache and yet they don't care. You ask me how I feel about you, and that we are numb to your lies, your ways to get by on the destruction of others' lives. So, to answer your question, no, I don't feel anything in the need to step away from people that their intent is to lie to get by. So, bye bye. In the dark we will be. No love lives here. Not at all. Not anymore. And you did this on your own. Written 5/8/2020. What's interesting is that people, you would think, love failed me, love failed me. No, love didn't fail you. It was it. You failed, actually. If it was gonna feel like somebody failed something, love can't fail you. You fail love. But the interesting thing, that's not what's really interesting. I mean, that's pretty interesting, but I think what's really interesting is that, you know, uh, put some light on this a little bit. We're trying here. We're trying. We're getting it together. But we're exhausting sometimes. Sometimes it'd be like that though. But yeah. When we leave doorways open for people to get back in, even when they've already, like, I believe that people have a certain amount of time to be in your life. And if you look at it in detail, the places you've been, the things you've done, some people will try to hold on to that and they'll suffocate everything around them just to try to keep that moment going. And that's a problem because it's poisonous. And they don't care who they hurt, what they do. They don't even care, really. All they really want to do is keep that moment. You could say, I can understand now where you see a stalker, but I'm not even really anybody to be stalking. Like, I'm not rich. I'm the man of poverty, really. I mean, I have internal riches, so that's pretty good. You know, I can't buy a gallon of milk with it, but it's cool. It's cool though. Yeah. But yes, And when you stop these people at the door, like, okay, no more, I'm done with you. I'm done with your nonsense, all that whole little charade. I'm fucking over it. I'm over it. I'm done. You know, as I spoke of before, that when you share yourself with your partner, now they know things about you. And the things that they know about you, they use like catching. I'm going to try to wheel you back. I'm going to reel you back in based on the things I know about you, which are like your desires, triggers, poisons, things like that. So I want to have children. I want to be married. So, uh, not to go into super detail. So, this person I was with ran in, met this other person that had a baby, and she didn't want the baby anymore. So she knew I wanted a baby, but this is only a couple things. I'm going to start with that one first. She knew I wanted a baby, so she was like, hey, she doesn't want her baby. She's going to, whatever, we can adopt it just like that, and we can, and we can have that family you talked about. Now, which is interesting, one of my poisons, and we say it like that because that's exactly what it's like, is to use drugs intravenously. So to, in the same conversation, say that this girl is a phlebotomist, which is a person that specializes in pulling your blood, a vampire, And if they could pull it, they could put something else in the same vein. So, to tell me that she is a phlebotomist is playing on my poisons purposely. Now, I don't know if anybody else will see it like that, but you would have to listen to the whole entire conversation broadly and then compute it at that moment. One, I wanted kids, so you talked about kids. That woman's baby, like, what, you honestly think it happens like that in a snap? This shit don't happen like that. That's fucking crazy. I don't want her baby. I want my own babies. So that's one. Playing on my poison, saying that the girl is a phlebotomist. That's two. Playing on the poison, the desires for multiple different partners and sexual poisons. That's three, because that's also within that same conversation. And this was all in the same conversation. Like, it wasn't like she called back later, 3 months later. And no, this was like in the same bracket of the same conversation. Like, it was like crazy. Like, oh my God. You know what's crazy about that? Everything you said, I've said to you. That's funny that you would try to lure me back. You're so destructive, and I could see through that. So, what's interesting about that, through my very eyes, I could see me losing myself. This person, I got out. Man, when I got out, I, I walked from my mom's house, which is in Imperial Beach, off of Ionian Street, all the way to the DMV in Chula Vista, walking straight with boots on. I just got out. I had to go get my driver's license. My California ID. I wanted a printout because I didn't have any money. That's why I didn't get on the trolley. So I just walked. I walked so fucking fast that I tilt the fucking skin off the top of my toe. But the purpose of it saying that is that all these different goals that I've accomplished, one after one after one after one after, then I started to decline. I started going down, 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 down. Started using again. And I can see everything as it's falling. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? Oh, no, 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 no. But I wasn't really over it until I wrote the piece about the driver and the passengers. I've never got to see that before. Now I've seen it. I don't ever want to go back to it. I smoke weed and I smoke cigarettes. That's just my thing, and that's what I like to do. Will I stop smoking? Maybe. I'm not really sure. It hasn't really caused any serious physical impacts or problems. So right now, no. But that's my choice. I'm not saying ever to follow me. You don't follow anybody. Jesus didn't even want you to follow him. He just said he wanted you to look at the way he walked, possibly pick up some type of, understanding through his walk, and then you can move on too. If the dude was really who he was, not saying he wasn't, I'm just saying I don't really believe in religion to a degree like that, just based on all the wars that religion has caused. And it prevents people from reaching out to another based on what that person believes. Or if they live outside in some trees or in a house, it doesn't really matter where they live. Just saying that this is religion will cause a division between people to where you won't reach out to another. And it's caused so many wars. Take this book or take this sword. So I don't believe it is how it's written, because nothing is as it's written. Nothing is as it's written. And that's what I'm coming to find out, that the more you know, you really don't know shit. You really don't know a motherfucking thing, and it's fucking crazy. You're like, damn, I'm fucking really lost. I mean, Jesus, this is crazy. Why do I have to be awake? I kind of want to be rebellious like everybody else. But it wasn't meant to be, so we're going to move on. Anyways, yep, that's all I have to read. Enjoy the rest of your evening. If you like what I have to say, you could subscribe to my channel at Ivory F. Daniel. Excuse me. Ivory F. Daniels. And it's not an AKA, it's my real name. I just thought it. Why portray a facade? This is who I am. You see me outside, I'm really talking out loud. You see me inside the store, I'm really thinking out loud. You might see me at the dispo and I make my determinations because I'm a visual and audio learner, and based on that, if you're squeezing it, there's something the sound that it makes, and I can hear it. And my determinations based on you squeezing it always calculate to be awesome. So, what you see on my videos is really me outside. If you see me outside, I'm really talking out loud, and I don't care about what you're talking about or what you're thinking about unless you have something positive to add, because I really have this thought in my mind that, you know what, I can destroy myself by myself. I don't really need any help. So if you don't have something nice to say, if you don't have some type of positivity to bring to the table, please don't sit down. Because there's not enough room for bad energy. There's only enough room for good. So if you have something good to say, destructive criticism, well then let it be. And I'd appreciate it if you just pass right by me and don't even stop. My common courtesy will remind me just to say hi, but I can feel you anyway as you pass by. And that will be all. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace out, y'all.